My, what a shocking situation we find ourselves in. Welcome back to more Fear Effect Retro Helix. This is a pretty annoying puzzle, especially when your character is out of sync with the environment, compared to how he should be. You're supposed to stand on these little things to avoid getting electrocuted. However, I could not get Glass to stand on that one towards the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, which meant I had to take a more difficult approach to getting through this. Once you get through here, be sure to equip an EMP and go through the door. Then quickly be ready to switch to a weapon, because there's a dude, and then back to the EMP. Then go access a key so that you can unlock the door. There should have been an option to access the inventory while the game is paused. Come on, you stupid EMP. Ha! Take that! I don't like having to access your inventory under duress like that. I know some of that is due to my bad eyesight, but still. I should have gone with a normal gun here. But I didn't because the taser's fun. Ammo isn't super important going forward. This is the last section with a lot of normal enemies. We will see some of those beasts that we saw last video as Hannah, but that's about it. And they give you shotgun ammo when you kill them. Granted, these dudes give you ammo as well, so it's not that big of a deal. The only thing you really need to save ammo for are a couple of boss fights. So you will want plenty of grenades. There's 2, possibly 3 boss fights depending on what choices you make. We will be going for the good ending, so we're going to make all the right choices. The funny thing is there are a couple of optional bosses. Both of them are as Hannah. One of them you avoid by making the right choice, and you avoid the other one by not killing any of those harmless people in the first section of the game. When we started this LP, I'm sure I killed a few of them, mostly by accident. I'm not sure if any of those incidents made it on video or not. But when I replayed everything to get back to this point, I avoided killing them. So we will be avoiding that boss.
It's okay, Jake. It's Glass.
Commander? Oh, thank God you're alive. It was a trap. They used up the serum on a few of us who were captured. I was the last one injected. It was horrible. Pain. Nightmares.
I'm not leaving you behind.
It's too late. Take some of my blood and use it as evidence.
Jake!
Expose this hellhole.
Jake! Damn it! They'll pay for this.
Well, I guess there's nothing more we can do here, so it's time to leave. And hope this hallucination flashback is about to end.
Roy? Drew? What the hell are you doing here? The shop caught wind of the ambush. We couldn't warn you in time. Where's your team? Dead. It's my fault. And the serum? The bastard used it up on my team. But I drew a blood sample from Jake. I can't hold the evac point much longer. I'm not leaving until I level this place. I need your help, soldier. I know where they keep a crate of C4. Why? There's the money, of course. But mostly, I'm sick of taking orders from you. So answer me, bro. How does it feel to know you sent your team to their pitiful deaths? To know your own brother betrayed you, just like you betrayed me. I betrayed you? You knew that was a one-way mission to Eurasia, and you chose to send your only brother. Why? Because it was a one-way mission, Drew. I could never throw my team to the dogs. Dad would have made the same call. I was there with you. I pulled you out. Pulled me out? Look at me. I'm a cripple. You're a fool just like Dad. He died following orders. For what? Honor? Pride? The shop knew about this ambush. There was no recall because there was a 6% chance of success. 6%! You and your team were dispensable, just like I was to you. Now hand over the blood sample, and I'll make this quick and painless. Roy? No! For once, stop saving the world and look out for yourself. No! Why is this happening again? Damn you all to hell!
Well, what a turn of events there with some backstory. And we're immediately accosted by enemies. And no save point. Of course, playing this on an emulator, not such a big deal. But that would suck if you were playing this and died to one of these enemies before you could save. So I am making a mad dash for the save point. As best I can, there are a lot of enemies in here. I do like having hard saves as well as the save states, just in case something gets deleted. I like having a backup. But they put a lot of enemies in your way. It would have been nice if they let you get to the save point first, and then brought out the enemies. But that's fine. Again, not a big deal for me. I'm thinking of people who aren't good at this game who are playing it on the console version. All three of them that might exist in the world. To be fair, the first 7 videos of this LP were played on the console version. I took a lot of pride in that too, actually. But then again, if this game didn't freeze up like it did after video 7, then we would have finished it on the physical version rather than having to emulate it. And I also blame Sony for that. Sony is really bad at backing up their games. They don't make any of these games available. I can't imagine it would cost them that much to port these games over to the PS4 and PS5 stores. I'm sure they would make that money back in sales. Or they could go the PC route and just release these games to PC. Just something to make these games readily available for people. Now we are doing those 8 trials. And I really like the music in this area. There's a symbol that corresponds with what item you need to use.
Xiaochu, how on earth?
Not quite, my lady. Once you cross the weak water, the Earth Plane in Xiaochu no longer exists. This is Peng Lai Shan, the first level of Yunting Ji. From here, there is only ascension.
To where?
To enlightenment. The immortals are waiting.
Who are you?
Chao Ku Chu, one of the 8 immortals that guard the threshold.
Xiaochu, help me find Rain.
She's beyond the threshold, Hana, but only the worthy may pass.
How do I prove myself?
Each guardian shall challenge you. As for me, I merely ask that you join me in a simple child's game. Just follow my lead.
An annoying simple child's game. I'm sure it's a simple child's game if you can see what's happening on the screen. But this is a playthrough by a blind man, so that's not happening. You just follow the pattern, and you're fine. I, on the other hand, can't see what the hell is happening half the time during this part, so this took some trial and error. Thankfully, I have save states. Fortunately, on this run, I don't know if this is true for every one, these seem to follow the same pattern, just adding to each one as you progress. So that made it a little easier, once I realized that's what was happening. It still took a while. I never even noticed that in the bottom right-hand corner there's a tile there. It blended into the background, and I don't think I ever used it for the puzzle, so I didn't notice it was there.
Fate is not defined by heaven. Chance dictates constant change in the universe. What does any of this have to do with Rain and I?
Rain fights to change the fate of mankind set forth by the One.
What fate? Who's the One?
The One, the Maker. He who seeded mortal man. He wishes to remake mankind in his own image. Should that happen, existence as you know it will cease. Ends is the final stage of his cleansing. Once the last of the unfits are cast into the void, the remaking will commence.
Can't you do something?
Mingbat Tinju, Hana.
Test number 2. Again, there should be a symbol to indicate which item you need to use. And you can see what I mean about a lot of the people that we met throughout the game are immortals here.
I am glad you have made it this far. My name is Ho Shin Ku, one of the 8 immortals that guard the threshold.
The what?
Royce Glass, your cold face cannot hide the warm heart that still beats beneath.
Whatever, lady. Now how do I get out of this damn place?
What about your friend? The one called Hannah.
She's not my friend. She lost my piece. That's all. I just want it back, okay?
He who fools himself fools no one. To pursue her, you must first defeat me.
I knew it.
For the kindness you've shown me, I shall make it a simple game. Roll the die and beat me to the dragon's eye. You will need the exact number at the end to win. Should I land on your resting spot, you'll have to move 6 paces back. Questions?
What, no swimming through acid or crawling over hot lava?
If that is your wish.
Look, I'm rolling.
I love that reaction. Some of the dialogue in this game is pretty great. Yes, I used save states here, but this is still a pretty fun game. You just have to time the dice roll right. And you're good. Otherwise, there's not much to say. They already explained the rules for this section. I appreciate the creativity that went into these minigames. They add some variety to this game. Sure, they're not all winners, but some of them are quite fun, like this one. It is weird we haven't had very many bosses to this point. I know this game takes a more puzzle-focused approach rather than combat, but I am surprised we haven't seen more boss fights. I can only think of 3 or 4 that we've had to this point. Although if you make the wrong decisions, then you can end up with a lot more boss fights, if that's what you're into. That was the chick that Glass gave water to and offered supplies back on the zombie island. I guess these are immortals testing our characters? I'm not really 100% sure on that. I don't feel bad using save states here because the game is obviously cheating. If you notice, her piece seems to always get high rolls. Minimum of 4. So I don't mind using save states. Plus, as long as I emulate, you can bet I'm going to be using save states. Anything to avoid having to replay sections of the game that I'm playing, I will take. This is such a chill moment, which I really appreciate. Haha! Victory is mine!
That was kind of fun. Let's go again.
No.
Sore loser.
What awaits you is not to be laughed at, Royce Glass. Countless ages ago, the ancients hunted and mortally wounded an amorphous being known as the Entity. The Entity fled across time and dimensions. Through chance, it found the barren earth. In hopes of eluding its hunters, the Entity wove its genetic essence into the world's abundant primordial ooze. This act sparked the chemical reaction that led to cellular life in this reality. And for 4 billion years, it waited.
What do you mean, this reality? Waited for what? I hate when they do that.
You and me both, Glass. It is interesting the story bits that we start to get during this section. We found out rain is special. This is going to be the beginning of an annoying puzzle. Use this fan.
I see your labor has borne fruit. My congratulations. My name is Len Sai Ho, one of the 8 immortals that guards the threshold.
What's my challenge?
Follow the harmony of life and find the path to enlightenment. Start here. If you make the wrong choice, you must start anew.
Oh, sure, that sounds simple enough, but that will be next video's problem. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see y'all next time when we finish off Fear Effect Retro Helix.